Fuck you. 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 Fuck you.
And hey, welcome to everyone. Welcome to your Friday night show. Tonight is June 6th, okay? June 6th, 2025, and it's our Friday. So just a minute. Let me see if I can hear me. All right, welcome. It's good to see everyone. Look, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, and we have had weather. Okay, so that's where we are tonight. So it's been quite an adventurous day and couple days with the weather and getting things done. But I'm going to back it up and say hello to everybody who's here, and then we'll move forward. Okay. So let me do that. And before I even get started, let me thank everyone who contributed before we even started. I know that we had like It's a New Day gifted a membership and donated to the swear jar. Okay, so thank you, It's a New Day, for the membership and the swear jar. And also Muty Silence gifted 5, 6, 7 memberships. Okay, thank you to Muty Silence for gifting 7 memberships. There you go. Boom, boom, and boom. And anyhow, I will see who was here early, and say hello to everyone who's here now. So how about that? So let me back it on up and see who we had in here before I even thought about getting started. Well, as usual, Amy. Hey, what's up, Amy? Happy Friday, Amy. All right. Also, Jojo. Hey, Jojo. Being away for a while, but I'm back, says Jojo. What's up, Deb? Miss Deb's here. Heather Brown's here. Hey, Heather. And Sweet Dude Shibby's here. Also, Fur Baby Daddy. What's up, Fur Baby Daddy and Sweet Dude Shibby? Brenda Mays is here. What's up, Brenda? All right. Dieter's here. Heather Brown says, Shibby blew my mind. Thank you with all my heart. All right, y'all. Court of Public Opinion's here. What's up, Court of Public Opinion? Thanks for reminding everyone to subscribe and hit the like. Hit thumbs up as you come in. If you don't mind, that'd be nice. All right, who else we got in here? We got Sweet Dude Shibby, Dom S. What's up, Dom? Amy, Heather Brown, Dieter, Sweet Dude Shibby, Dom. Okay, what's up, Dom S? Four Pitbulls across America. Welcome on in and enjoy the show. And I agree with that. Welcome in, Four Pits, and welcome in everyone who wants to come in and join the chat. Look, please do join the chat. I know you got the hate watching going down. I mean, where would we be without the hate watchers? But don't just hate watch. Come on and enjoy the show and enjoy the chat. And it'd be nice. What's up, Dirty Diana? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, says Diana. What's up, Springman? Samantha Springman. What's up? Okay. Critter Mama's in the house. What's up, Critter Mama? Okay, good to see you. And Samantha. Who else we got up in here? Muty Silence is up in here. What's up, Muty? What's up, Brenda Mays? All right. Everyone hit the like and go ahead and fix your chat filters. What's up, Kay? All right, Kay's up in here. All right, Four Pits. Fear tactics are back. Beware of the stank ass trolls. Okay, y'all. What's up? Carla Ann's here. What's up, Carla Ann? Boom. Oh yeah, and Four Pits reminds everyone, hit that backup channel. Please do hit the backup channel. Go subscribe over there. I'm trying to build my subs over there. I only have like 2,500 or so over there. Go subscribe at the backup channel if you don't mind. What's up, Mandy? Mandy says, hey, Prof and chat. Happy Friday. Okay. So getting everyone in here. We got Rebecca Ann coming in. What's up, Rebecca Ann? Good to see you. All right. Mandy, Rebecca Ann, Carla Ann. What's up, Carla Ann? Saying hello to everyone. And it's a new day. Says, all you lovelies, happy Friday and welcome back to the best chat on YouTube. Hello, Prof and Sweet Amy. What's up? It's a new day. All right. Becky B33, what's up with you? All right, good to see everybody. Muty says we were playing together just fine. All right, good. Oh, what's up? Moonbeam 70s child coming in. What's up, Moonbeam? And what's up, Yolanda? Yolanda, Pink Rosie, and Kit Kat. What's up, Kit Kat? All right, y'all. So we got everyone in here. Good to see everyone. It's a new day with the $5 super chat. Right, boom. We'll get the after show later, Mandy. I'm trying to prep. All right. I'm going to go hit like on the backup channel. Says it's a new day. Thank you. All right. Doom. Boom. All right. Looking good. I think I caught everyone. Well, that means we have a lot of lurkers tonight. What's up, Aaron? Aaron's here. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of lurkers tonight because there's few people in the chat and everyone else is lurking. All right. Oh, Pert is here. What's up, Pert? Okay, good to see you. What's up, Linzen? What's up? Nobody nothing 1717. What's up with you? Good to see you. Hmm. Stephanie's here. What's up, Stephanie? Good to see you. All right. Nicole Watts here. What's up, Nicole? And what's up, Icy Cat? Welcome in. Marie Kelly, welcome in. All right, you guys sound good. Charisma 6174, what's up? Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see. Oh, Heavy Metal Rehab's coming in. What's up, Heavy Metal? All right. Kate U is here. What's up, Kate U? What's up, Goddess is coming in. Hey, Goddess. What's up, Carol? Carol coming in. What's up, Tiffany coming in? All right. Everybody, welcome in. CB Wildcat, what's up with you? Kate U, hello. All right, Tiffany. Trial Junkie's lurking. What's up, Trial Junkie? All right. All right, y'all. What's up? It's a new day. And Christine Crafton, welcome. Okay. Hey, Goddess. I'll be lurking, Prof. Okay, take care, Nicole. And what's up, Tracy Fleetwood? Hey, coming in. All right. Hey, there you go. Ninja Warrior Assassin coming in. What's up? Okay. Oh, excuse me. Just a moment. All right, guys. So, fair warning, my throat does not feel good tonight. Okay. And remember the other night, I believe it was Wednesday, when I read through some of the rules of professional conduct, um, or whatever hell those are called. Uh, you know, my throat after that show did not really feel too good. And honestly, it's still not back. And it's hurting now. So I feel like I'm not sure how much uh, talking I can do tonight before it's just unbearable. But fair warning, my throat's kind of burned out, uh, and I really felt it after the last show on Wednesday with all the reading. And so, even though we're just 10 minutes into it, I'm already feeling the pain. So I'll try to get through and not have to sign out early. But yeah, the throat's taking a beating. Okay. Um, what's up, Holly? Okay. Can I take some Tylenol? Suppose I can do something. Yeah, I read too much. I read too much and snayed my throat. Okay. So my throat's not feeling too great. Well, I may have to take a break and go try to take something, but just be forewarned. What's up, LB? Okay, boom. What's up, LB? All right. So that's what's up now. Okay, so hey, thank you, Anna Paula Baxter, and welcome in. I hope it feels better, and I may have to go do something about it before we go too much further. But appreciate you guys coming in and saying hello and everything. What's up, Topher? All right, so tonight's show is called Prof Friday Night Fights, Round 7. Okay, Mean Girls and BG Video, and so we will be talking about the Mean Girls tonight. And listen, uh, I didn't want to. Okay, it's the last thing I want to be talking about. What's up, Bezo Jones? Okay, hello, Bezo Jones. All right, y'all. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everything was going fine. Everything was going fine. And, a good thing never lasts too long. You know how that is. So there's a lot to talk about. Um, and I don't know where to start because, again, it's kind of circular depending on which angle we want to start from. But, uh, why will tonight be a drama episode? Well, because the dumbasses just won't quit. And not only are they dumbasses, listen, we truly do believe, at least here in the Prof universe, that we're dealing with a large cult type of cover up of the murders of Abby and Libby. Okay, we truly believe the murders of Abby and Libby had connections to a larger network or a group or what I'm loosely terming a cult. And I believe there's a comprehensive cover up that includes actors on social media. Okay, by that I mean the 213 cult, the 213 cult, the cult who is covering up the murders of Abby and Libby. That's why they terrorize us. That's why they have people both on the defense side and on the prosecution side, or vice versa. I should have started it the other way around. They have people who are Rick Allen is guilty folks, the ones you're all used to, and they are the ones who say, Rick Allen is guilty kid killer, and they are who we call the troll farm. All right. And then you've got your controlled opposition, whom I term the mean girls or troll farm 2.0. Those are the ones who say, Rick Allen is completely innocent because we believe he is. And they'll gaslight you with all kind of shit. We're going to talk about that tonight, but together, they work hand in hand, just like this, to cover up the murders of Abby and Libby and make sure that no one ever understands what actually happened to them. And they try to make it so that no one ever sees the cover up. But we're so far past that. I mean, let's be honest here. Anyhow, so what I noticed about a little more than a week ago was that suddenly Troll Farm 2.0 shut the fuck up, which I love. And Troll Farm 1.0 took over. Okay, so it was like a passed the ball. It was a handoff. So Troll Farm 2.0 shut the fuck up finally after 2 months of lying, denying, gang stalking, and gaslighting about the missing funds from the fundraiser, the leaking of the Bridge Guy video, and the trying to force a contract on Kathy Allen, which she didn't want. And after 2 months of refusing to take accountability, to be honest, tell the truth, or anything like that, they finally shut the fuck up a little over a week ago. And just the very same day that they shut up, the Troll Farm 1.0 came out making all kind of noise. And so we've been dealing with the past week of OG Troll Farm going berserk and doing all the usual harassment, doxing, calling us child molesters and all of that. Okay. Now, I would have preferred it that way because the Troll Farm, the OG Troll Farm 1.0, they bother me way less. Okay. They're way stupider. They're way more methy. They're way more idiotic, unhinged, insane, and ineffective. Okay. Or ineffective. So I really don't care much about that original Troll Farm. So I was happy that they were back at it, going full steam. But now it's interesting because something recently occurred that set the Mean Girls back off in a frenzy. And so it's been 48 hours of a frenzy with the Mean Girls, and that's something we're going to be talking about tonight because, unfortunately, they make us. And trust me, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people. They don't realize we've already doxed them all and everything. It's like, do we really have to go to that? Because before I ever deal with people, I get the whole background on all of everybody. So do we really have to go to telling the world who you all are? But they're going to cause it to happen, I guess, because they just cannot control themselves. So we're going to be looking at some of that tonight. Um, and keep in mind that what Adrian and I and Alex term them collectively is the uni-party. And we're not fucking around, okay? This is not hypothetical. This is not assuming, or it's not all willy nilly. They truly are a uniparty, okay? Left wing, right wing, same bird. And that's what we're dealing with. And anyhow, so I guess we'll get started momentarily. If you just give me a moment to go figure out how in the hell I'm going to deal with my throat, because it's really hurting already. And so I don't even know how I'm going to go any longer tonight. Um, so, maybe give me a moment and I'll see if I can go, I don't know, find something. Okay. I'm going to try to keep it together much as I'm able to. Now, let's see. Let's see. I guess we'll start off with our slideshow. All right, so I'm going to back it up to about a week ago. Um, this will help us get the ball rolling here. All right, so what you see here, this is Tim. Tim is the individual behind the Unsolved channel. Okay. And you may remember that I told you all that the Mean Girls went and harassed the shit out of Tim so much that he removed the juror video that he had produced. See here, he says, being doxxed today for trying to run a YouTube true crime channel to help victims' families was not on my bingo card today. Anyone harassing me or making threats to me or my family for doing my job will have the police knocking at their door, I promise you. So, why are you showing us this, Prof? What, man? Sorry you're going through this BS, Tim. Dude, you don't even know the half of it. I've put thousands of hours of free work into unsolved cases that produce leads, led to arrests, and the scum of the internet are doing their best to discredit my work while supporting a convicted double child killer. People are crazy. FYI, you're going to have someone by the name of Kate O'Hare harassing you. She is absolutely crazy and delusional. Yes. She is a horrible person that does horrible things. Just FYI. Yeah. All right. Here come the trolls. When you start telling the truth, the pussies come. Okay. Well, Puss, you're going to have to make a new account to come try that again. All right. So, why are you showing this, Prof? Well, because I want you to understand how doxing, harassing, threatening is what people do. Okay? Doxing, harassing, and threatening for merely trying to discuss true crime cases. But it's not any true crime case, because no, they won't do it for any true crime case. But they'll do it for Delphi, because it's a cover up, and they're all in on it. I'm done with the Delphi stuff. He says it's not worth it. We'll be moving on to other cases. I know that will really upset some people, but the behavior I've endured the past 3 days for simply doing my job and facilitating the juror's request was beyond out of control. I know it sort of comes with the territory, but I refuse to let the three-ring circus manipulate my work, integrity, and or use that work against the victims' families. It's done. Yes, I have more I could share. Yes, the jury is real. Her and I have had some interesting discussion the last few days. There's just nothing to gain from any of it. All right. So the only thing sillier than Curious Luke 93X is the group that actually thinks he's serious about anything he posts. Exactly. Curious Luke 93X was never serious. He was a glorified chew toy for louder grifters. Sat on command, barked when told, pissed himself anytime someone smarter stepped in. Prof. All right. His entire existence was licking the boots of people who'd sell him out for a mid-tier super chat. Jester knows he stepped in it with the handlers and was told to cool down. Oh, what is this? It's Luke sharing Adrian, saying, this bitch triggers me so much. Thank God an adult finally calmed the harassment, and she's no longer working on the case. Luke single-handedly ruined the credibility of the Rick Allen Justice website. Such a waste. I genuinely feel sorry for him. Hmm. So hold on. I thought Luke was woke, promoted by woke tards, and generally uh, politically correct at all times, disingenuously, in order to avoid appearances of anything out of line. But it's okay to call a woman a bitch. Okay, nice one. And another genius. The prof wrote a new BG video hit piece based on two old tweets between Angela and Luke. Since my comment immediately disappeared, I'm sharing it here because fuck you, prof. Oh, grown up words we're using, huh? You know who hasn't done shit to you but you keep talking about Angela. Oh, really? You're a miserable, angry bitch, bro. Ooh, these people are really nice. These people are really nice. Oh, and who's that? Who's that right there? Oh, okay. Delphi Docs. Oh, trust me, we'll be addressing you soon. And I know who you are. Prof doesn't understand the concept of Twitter or of friends. Same way as he thought that people were replying to his tweet was gang stalking instead of people just using Twitter as it's meant to be used. No, it's gang stalking. Well, it's kind of hard to understand something you've never had. What is this image here? What is this image? Are you in a cult? All right, everybody. Look, it's Michael Osbrook's new account because he had to change it because I had so thoroughly embarrassed him for his immature behavior, unbecoming of a professional in Indiana, of an attorney, of a well respected attorney, and unbecoming of a professor, altogether unbecoming. Uh, he had to change his account. So here's Michael Osbrook's new account. Okay. Habeas corpus. But I'm trying to show you something, which is that, see, there's a little something about All Eyes on Delphi. Okay. She's a narrative controller. She's a disinformation agent. She's here to do PR, narrative control. So as soon as Adrian and I started asking questions about the money from the fundraiser, which appears to be largely missing and unaccounted for and not audited, you can see that as soon as we started questioning the money, All Eyes had to try to come and piss on the fire in an attempt to put the fire out, which of course pissing on can never extinguish a forest fire. And this thing's going to burn to the ground. Trust me, everyone out there, you need to know this thing will burn to the ground. But in her attempt to squat and piss on the huge forest fire and put it out, she says, still have to re-go through 101 unsealed orders to make a spreadsheet for the denied requests and denied expenditures. But I did finally get to the experts for Richard Allen. And she also did it wrongly, by the way, because I went through and double checked her work and it was full of errors. But of course, Osbrook shared that, okay? This information should have never been released. As anyone can see, experts were retained by the defense who were not used at trial. Everything's about these experts was privileged information. No idea why this was released. Well, the judge told you herself why she released it. And let's be clear here. That's not what you don't want revealed. I've already discovered what you don't want revealed, and it will be revealed when I'm ready to reveal it. And isn't that going to bother you? Aren't you going to be butthurt? Aren't you going to lose sleep over wondering about what I found in those 100 pages? I'm going to let you sweat it out because me and a group of 5 other people are working on those 100 fucking pages. And we've already found a few things you're not going to want publicized. Moving right along. I'd like you to notice this is an Adrian post here. The one I was referring to. Does anyone know how to file a petition to get signatures to demand an audit of the April 2024 Rick Allen Expert Fundraiser? Good question, Adrian. Hey, for you fucking assholes in the back, let's pull that up again. Does anyone know how to file a petition to get signatures to demand an audit of the April 2024 Rick Allen Expert Fundraiser? Would all of you in my channel sign that petition? I think if it's framed in a broader sense, it could extend out past Rick Allen and be a deterrent for future online grifts. Does anyone know how to professionally and legally bring these concerns to the IRS? If law enforcement is too afraid to take a genuine harassment complaint seriously, they may actually care about where some of the good faith donations to the tune of $40,000 made by the public have gone. But it's funny, right? Because look at what Osbrook has to say here. In reference to what I just read, to Adrian's honest question. Osbrook has to say, more self-important, pearl-clutching, meddling and pot-stirring. Oh, who's meddling, dumbass? Let's talk about who's meddling. Do you have permission to be doing the things you're doing right now from the Allen family? The disclaimer should be, this is not any of my or anyone else's business and I should just go away. Oh, really? You don't say so, cocksucker. Because maybe you should be the one to go away. After all, Kathy Allen has asked that you go away. Not picking on the artistically benighted, just won't put up with more innuendo about unethical conduct. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, yes, you will. Because you motherfuckers, you want to keep doubling down? We will keep doubling down. But like I said, why are you always asking people to go away who question you? And one of my sweet friends sent me a text message I wanted to share with you. Look at this one. This says, what is he doing? This is a dolphin trying to fuck a guy. It's like online suicide of career. And you see my snarky reply? Yes. I mean, dude. Thank you, Jeff Jones. Yes. um, it's like online suicide of career. Yes. I was pretty happy with my little reply. All right. Let's continue. This is just a listen, guys. This is just a leisurely stroll down the gaslighting streets. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you very much, Jeff Jones. All right. This says all eyes on Delphi. Who wants to fight us, by the way? Why do you want to fight so badly, young lady? Glad I screen grabbed her comments before she deleted them. Oh, who deleted what? Because my responses were prompted by her questions. I don't even follow or engage with her unless and until she comes on my page to ask loaded questions and smear pest people. But the reason I grabbed this was because I wanted you to see a very clear example of astroturfing. Okay? Because you'll notice my comment here. I say, y'all notice the 17 likes on her comment compared to everyone else. Can you say trolls? So notice up on the all eyes on Delphi at the top, there's 17 likes. Okay? 17 likes. And notice everyone else. Dom, 1 like. Aaliyah, 1 like. Heavy Metal Rehab, no likes. Prof just made the comment and screenshot it. Why are you doing that, Prof? Well, because I want you to notice something. I'm going to look now. Okay, so now today, as of today, there's 26 likes on All Eyes on Delphi. Okay. So you may remember in our Chat GPT episode recently, which I call Chat GP Me, I described to you, or one of the things that Chat GPT was telling us, that when there's a massive PR campaign, one of the things they do is called astroturfing. You remember that from my Chat GP Me episode? I'll just wait until you answer. It was saying that one of the things they do is they astroturf, or they'll come in and they'll hit like with all of their fake accounts. So what you're seeing there is a very, very clear example of troll farm tactics or a PR campaign tactics in true crime, where they came in and gave All Eyes on Delphi 17 likes, and everyone else got none. Trust me. Okay. So just want to make sure you see that. That's why I showed that. And like I said, today there's 26 likes on it. Okay. Now, speaking of another insane bitch. Pardon my language.
Fuck you.
Oh, sorry. Can anyone name the wife of any major defendant in true crime? Why has Kathy Allen become the know-all be-all of what happens to Rick? She's a housewife, not a lawyer. And she has surrounded herself with people who have no interest in her husband's due process. If she wants to play with lunatics of the asylum, let her. Meanwhile, the adults in the room continue with regularly scheduled programming of getting Rick a new trial. You've been hitting the meth pipe too hard. You've been hitting that meth pipe too hard, Christine Barrow. Let's be honest here. What you're actually trying to do is you're trying to say that you care more about Rick than his own wife. Why has she become the know-all be-all of what happens to Rick? Because she's his power of attorney, his caretaker, his wife. But you see where these people originate from? They think they're smarter, better, and more entitled because they want to make decisions for Rick Allen and not allow Kathy Allen to make his decisions. Speaking of crazy, this is what Luke, me, Keith, and Judgy have been saying without saying it. Unlike Tweedledee and Dumb, we didn't want to throw crazy accusations out there, but it's become undeniable. Snave was friends with those two dumbasses. And because he didn't lie or try to defend their insanity, Christy C. went to Kathy again to lie now about even Rick Snay, who's been an actual friend to Kathy because he didn't push that side's delusions. What side's, dumbass? It was never about Ange, Luke, whoever. No, it was. It was, sweetie. Let me stop you right there. It was because they leaked the Bridge Guy video on a website for their own benefit. They also had their hands elbow deep in the fundraiser, which people are now questioning. And they also tried to force Kathy to go along with allowing them to run the post-conviction investigation, which she didn't want to do. These people are directly working with at least one woman who we believe is a state actor. Really? Really? Are you saying this woman's a state actor? She's a state actor. Prof's a state actor. Christine's a state actor. Christy's a state actor. Lori's a state actor. Okay, and everyone's a state actor but you guys, right? Okay, here we go. I think Kathy has more than one woman secretly working for the state's benefit. This is how crazy these people are. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's her, Eric, and Christine. It's those three women feeding Prof all this bullshit that has only accomplished the following. Push people away from wanting to help free Rick Allen. Look at the comments on social media. The two clowns are successfully doing what? Just delaying justice. Distractions, infighting, regularly watches saying how exhausting it is and how they're sick of it. They're not as interested in freeing Rick Allen. I'm typically not one for conspiracy, but it's very clear what's going on. Yeah, it's clear what's going on. It's absolutely has been clear what's going on. See, the thing is, I'm always like 6 months ahead of everyone. So I was ahead of it before anyone caught on. And people are still catching on. But you know, it's funny because all of this goes back to something very important. And we're going to be getting into it. Okay, we will, because I'm going to tell you tonight what has caused all of this and why it's being prolonged. But here we go with another one from this insane thing. There you have it. Christy Calderon wants access to that fundraiser money. That's what all of this is about. That's why she wants to get rid of Osbrook. Osbrook wanted to create a 501c in that contract, which means it's dispersed by a board, not easily manipulated by Kathy Allen. That's a terrible take. That's a bad take. That's a bad take. That's a horrible take. All right, let's be clear here. Christy Calderon, first of all, doesn't need that money. But secondly, there's absolutely no way anybody would get their hands on that money without the way you guys were trying to do it. So if you really want to, if we want to go start making wild accusations about who wanted to get their hands on money, oh, we can do that. We can do that. We could start accusing all of you. Because look, if we're going by documentation, we want to talk about documentation. Hey, you know what? I might as well be an asshole, because I can do that right now. It's not that hard to do, right? Is it? Let me see how quickly I can pull this up. I can be an asshole. It's easy to do that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What is this here? Look at that. What do we have here? Retainer agreement. Oh, look, Prof didn't even put the red boxes and highlighting on this one. Let's look about the middle of the page here. Obtain from David Hennessy any funds raised during the pretrial phase of the client's criminal case and currently in Mr. Hennessy's possession or control. Oh, does that say you want the money from David Hennessy? Oh, it sure does. Oh, look, what's under that? What's under that? Look right here, solicit. See, solicit funds, either privately or publicly, to cover any reasonable expenses of the post-conviction investigation that is not a fee for the services of post-conviction counsel. Oh, so you wanted to get the free money, you wanted to beg for more free money, and then you wanted to seek an organization that your friend controlled because you were going to get one of these YouTubers to make the 501c3. And you possibly we're also going to establish a second one. So you're going to have a couple different nonprofits. That says money, right? That's all about money, like half the page. Okay. 501c3s. How much of their budgets have to be spent for what they're chartered to do, and how much can be spent on administrative costs and paying salaries of those who are employed by the 501c3s? Oh, and whose name's on this? Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook, Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook, Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook, Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook. Who wanted their hands on the money? Kara Weinecke, Michael Osbrook. You want to keep fighting? You want to keep fighting? Should we keep this up? And like clockwork, without being asked, because I asked a question, where are the funds that were raised for the defense experts in the Richard Allen trial? That's my question. Michael Osbrook goes on the defense again, preemptively trying to settle the public's concerns here, calm the concerns of the public. The leftover fundraiser money is safe and sound and will be used solely for the purpose which it was intended when raised. All anyone who doesn't matter gets to know. End of story. Check your intimately inside sources, maybe. Stop the pot stirring. Oh, that term again. That term again. That's mighty defensive of you. And who asked you, by the way? Because I asked where the funds are that were raised for defense experts, which only one person should be able to answer, right? That's David Hennessy. So it's funny that you feel the need to respond that way. But didn't you do that to Christie? When Christie called Baldwin's office? How is it that you called back immediately? I'd like to know that, Osbrook. How did you end up calling we'll talk about that at a future point. Michael Osbrook. Money. Anyone who doesn't matter gets to know. I believe all of the donors matter, actually, Michael Osbrook, and they believe they matter. Like I said, last week I said there were 5 donors who had contacted me asking me questions about this money. And you know what? Now there are more than 5 who have reached out to me. These donors, I think, wouldn't like to know that you're referring to them as people who don't matter. I think the donors do matter, and they think they matter, and they think you owe them an answer as to where that money is and how much is left and what it was spent for and a proper accounting. And believe me, you and All Eyes on Delphi ain't given a proper accounting, okay? Because you're unable to. So you want to keep fighting? And on a different subject, why is Michael Osbrook continuing to do work as if he is an attorney conducting a post-conviction investigation on this case when he was asked not to do so? Now, speaking of this phone, let's see, the Bridge Guy video that I leaked. The Bridge Guy video that I leaked, I got from the extraction I was given to work on the motion to correct error, possibly. How much did you pay that phone expert? Was it $1,000? How much did the phone expert cost you, Michael Osbrook? I'm starting to think phone experts, even the good ones, are like bad dictionaries. You have to know more than they do for them to be useful. I think I have something to refute just about every damn thing anyone said about LG's phone. Would someone care to explain how the only entries in the upload section of the full 2024 Celebrite 39K page report are 33 Snapchat items, no file names, from July 2016, 7 months before the phone was reset on 2/4/17? If I do a Cecil search I will learn that dirt and water could cause that. Hmm. Um, that's pretty interesting to me. So, what does this mean? Swade Smith, you got to get your thumbs together. Oops. Interesting though. Interesting. Would someone care to explain how the only entries in the upload section of the full Celebrite 39K page report are 33 Snapchat items, no file names, from July 2016, 7 months before the phone was reset on 2/4/17? Just a moment, please. All right. What do we have here? You see, when you trigger the narrative controllers, they do the most insane things, right? Mean Girls. All eyes on Delphi. Prof. Doxing is bad, and people in this community are being threatened, stalked, harassed, smeared, and attacked. People's families are even brought into it. Also, Prof, why won't All Eyes on Delphi dox herself? Very suspicious. No clue why Prof keeps trying to pressure me into making my efforts about me, especially when my work speaks for itself, literally. No, it doesn't. You know what speaks for itself? The things that you respond to. For instance, when Alex and Adrian first started mentioning that Dawn Toretti claims that she found Richard Allen before his arrest, and that when she typed RA in response to who her POI was that she meant Richard Allen. None of that is coming out of Adrian's imagination or Alex's imagination. They're merely relaying what Dawn Toretti herself said. So you know what's suspicious about you? That you repeatedly tried to debunk that. And then with the contract. And then when I brought up the fundraiser and that there are questions about the money and that there are things in those 100 pages that don't make sense. But it seems like it's really weird that because I pointed out glitches with you, that you would try to do this job right here, this discrediting smear job. Yeah, do I find it suspicious that you wiped your background? You hid behind layers of anonymity or before you came online? Yes, I do find that suspicious. Why would you protect your identity so well? But has me saying that I find that suspicious, has that been a demand that you dox yourself? Because that's how you're framing it here, and that's pretty inaccurate, because I've never said, you better tell who you are. I've also never pressured you into compromising your privacy. But you know what? The reality is, you will all be doxxed. If I don't get privacy, neither do you. Prof, people are going after my family, monsters. Also, Prof, why won't Reddit mods let me go after families, narrative controllers? Oh, this is an interesting one. Now, this is rich. What does this say, actually? When I say people are going after my family, they are monsters. Yes, it's true. It's true that they go after my family. They go after my family. They're monsters because my family are not involved in this case. Yeah, but then you say, Prof, why don't Reddit mods let me go after the families? Oh, yeah. You're referring to Delphi docs because you're not allowed to question the Patty family. Well, lady, do you not realize that Kelsey German has lied and changed her story several times over the years, and so has Becky Patty? The Patty family has been extremely suspicious with every single thing they've ever relayed on this case. And they are intimately involved in this case. So this is not a fair analogy, is it? There's a whole different gulf. It's a whole gulf of a difference between people going after my family, who has nothing to do with this case, and people going and asking valid questions, reasonable questions about the inconsistencies in the Patty family and their statements over the years. See, you're trying to make me look like a hypocrite with this post. It's very interesting. Like here's another one. Why are the mean girls criticizing the defense attorneys? No, I didn't say why are they criticizing. I said, why are they calling them pussy motherfuckers and threatening them and blackmailing them and saying that motherfucker, you better not, because I will like out you if you release that press release. Also, Prof, are the mean girls even willing to criticize the Public Defender's Council? Yeah, you mean the one that Osbrook and Carol Weineke's husband sit on? Mm-hmm. Dawn Toretti posted RA. She told people she worked Richard Allen in 2020. Guilt knowledge. Foster, yes. She said she meant Richard Allen. She also said she found Richard Allen. Okay. Also, Prof, why does All Eyes keep posting Dawn Toretti, clarifying that she wasn't talking about Richard Allen? Probably mixed him up with Ken Allen because you motherfuckers are lying about it. It's called cover your ass because we brought attention to it. It's really funny, huh? It's really funny, isn't it? Look, basically, you guys are caught. You're busted. Okay, you're busted. You've been caught. Do you really think you can go down this road of denial? Here we go to another gaslight. Notice though, notice, because these things always do this. They scream at you. Me, passenger 33, 33, 33. I find it very bizarre that she's making you responsible for the fund dispersal of $40,000 in a multi-million-dollar case. It went from Luke embezzling it to R&M and Mr. Osbrook committing fraud with it. And you did what? You made a Google Doc of it. So you were the mastermind because you're better with PDF files than Jody? None of that makes sense. I feel like the people hiring the experts and submitting billing to the courts are the ones she should be asking questions to. Oh, we are. That's exactly who we're asking questions to. You see, this is all garbage. But look at Stephen. She's clearly mentally unwell and can't be reasoned with. Mentally unwell. That's the go-to, right? That's the go-to. Interesting. And I found this one interesting too. Under my post asking the questions about the money. Oh my God, this shit is crazy. Did you donate, Prof? This is my question. And if yes, did you donate to a cause greater than you? Or did you do it for what you say, for what to say, where did it go? Well, let me tell you, everyone who donated did so for a greater good. And know that the money went towards the greater good. And these are legit, very respectful attorneys. And the one who set it up was even more important to the community. I didn't donate to say, what are you doing with the money? I donated. I know it is used for a good cause, and I did so with the acknowledgement that I may never know what happened. I just know my heart was in the right place. I believe in these attorneys, and I believe in Richard Allen's innocence. And I would also like to add that this has never been an issue until all the chaos started, and I'm over it. If you did not donate, don't worry about the funds. It's none of your business. If you did donate, well, then I guess if you were that worried, you shouldn't give your money up. And second, I can assure you that those whose hearts are in the right place is not worried about it, because not one person gave a large sum, and it was a whole bunch of small amounts to get a big amount. And well, it's fine. So please stop doing this bullshit. This shit is truly getting out of hand, and it has become borderline insanity. And we're supposed to be fighting for justice, fighting against corruption, and trying to save Abby and Libby, true justice. But apparently some are losing their shit when this is not about them. This is only about Abby and Libby Rickard, the truth. Can't we try to focus on that and quit asking about shit that doesn't pertain to you? Well, you know what, bitch? It's about the truth. It's about the truth. And blindly believing, if you blindly believe in these attorneys, you're a dumbass. These people have proven you cannot believe in them. You cannot believe in Angela Sedlowski, Michael Osbrook, Carol Weinecke, Bob Mata, Andy Baldwin, Brad Rossi. You can't believe in a goddamn person out here. Now, on your second point, there were large donors. I know 2 separate donors who donated multiple thousands of dollars. So you can miss me with there's no large donors. What do you consider a large donor? $1,000? $2,000? $3,000. I will fight this to the death. So, how far you want to go? Not opening my emails or messages from you, Adrian. I'm no longer comfortable engaging with you on any level without witnesses to the actual start until the actual finish. But me and you disagree on things, and I am 100,000% comfortable with that. I clearly don't have the patience or manners for you seeking me out and then crying when I respond, though. Just agree to disagree because it's fine for people not to agree on things. Good Lord. And hey, since we want to fight about the money and gaslight about the money, let's take a look. Expectation versus reality. Laugh my ass off. In which you post a screenshot of a comment of mine in which I was correcting your gross error. Okay. And you got a real fucking genius, Indy Cindy, here. Oh my God, people have no idea what they are talking about. For example, ChatGPT said a YouTuber named the Prof was into conspiracy theories, etc. Yet when he searches himself, it says something different. He says, let's do a real-time search. Meanwhile, he pastes the question into the query, letting everyone he has already done a preliminary search already and tailored the question to fit the narrative he wants to portray. Where are his receipts? I'm posting mine. Look, dumbass. You don't belong in any kind of true crime environment, Indy Cindy. Clearly, you don't understand. You have no, what's the word for it? Discernment. Since I have to spell it out for you because you're not very smart, let me tell you how this went. So I wouldn't have to sit there and type because I type slowly. I spoke the questions into my phone, into the notepad on the Apple iPhone. And I said notepad, and then I spoke the questions, blah, 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 question number one. Then I thought of another question with my own little brain, and I spoke another question. And I spoke about 20 questions in. Okay. So once I had my 20 questions in the phone that I knew I wanted to ask ChatGPT, then I put the phone down until it was fucking time for the show, dumbass. Then I started the show, right? And then I literally went to my notepad and I grabbed one question at a time with the copy paste tool. And I went and pasted it into ChatGPT. Yes, in real time. Now, knowing that, let me ask you this. Do you struggle with the results of those questions? Because it seems like you're kind of butthurt about that one, Indy Cindy. Why are you so butthurt? Why are you so emotionally triggered by the actions that I do on my little channel? I mean, I guess I could assume a few things. First of all, let me go look at that show. That show has 2,000 views. So in real time, I had 200 people watching me do it in real time. When the show ended, it got an additional 2,000 views. Are you that butthurt about 2,000 people seeing me ask ChatGPT some questions? They were some pretty interesting results, weren't they? And behind and descending comes all eyes. I keep taking time out of my day to look for answers because I agree that people deserve answers. No one asked you to do that, right? Then why are you whining about it? So having a target put on my head and then being repeatedly thrown under a bus just because I put in the work to find answers and those answers weren't what certain people wanted to hear has been super fucking weird. Yeah, you know what's super fucking weird? The way that you're framing this, all eyes. Because you're twisting it. You're twisting everything. And you're whining. You're playing victim. You're acting like somebody owes you something for what you decided to do. And you got all the answers wrong, by the way. We have actual professionals looking into it. We've already found some things, like I said, and I'm going to let you guys be sleepless at night wondering what we found. I think your responses are weird. I think all of your reactions are very fucking weird. And I'm going to keep tripling, quadrupling, quintupling, and sextupling down on your asses because I will not give up. So she posts again the same damn thing, right? And then she posts the Stacey Eldridge quotation, which I'm going to show you something that's funny. I'm going to make you all laugh. I'm telling you, my throat is killing me. So she posts this Stacey Eldridge. So I'll do due diligence. Okay. I'll read it, even though my throat's shot. It says, Stacey Eldridge says, and then there was a big gap. So I, burned through the money. And I shouldn't say that, but I worked and did as much as I could for what was paid. And then I said, okay, this is what I have so far. Do you want more? And they're like, yes, we've got to find more money. And then I would say it was probably like 3+ weeks went by before they were able to get more funding to continue working on this. Bob Mata. And that's late in the game, so and I think, do you think that you ended up getting the funding from the money that was raised from the fundraiser? Stacey Eldridge, that was the first payment I got was from the fundraiser. And then after that, I didn't get paid until after the trial, and the state still owes me money today. Andrea Burkhart, wow. Is this typical from your experience as a consultant? Have you had an experience like this in terms of limitations placed on the scope of what you're able to do for budgetary reasons and then problems with getting paid? Stacey Eldridge, I haven't had the problems getting paid. Most of the time they come forward and say like, hey, we got 40 hours or 80 hours. And then we just like limited from the get-go, and then we just work within that limitation. Okay, first off, dumbass, did you see any dollar amounts? Oh, crickets? Right, you didn't see any dollar amounts. You're gaslighting. And then you repost the shit you just posted and you say, this is what selective prompting to get manufactured answer you want looks like. No, this is a real fucking comment. And then you say, this is the actual answer from the primary source. No, it's not. Like I said, where's the dollar amounts? You see, what you're doing is actually what you're accusing me of doing, young lady. You're trying to fool people with the hocus pocus. But this is how stupid you are. You didn't know that I already had someone helping me do work on this. Oh, what is this, Prof? 20th of March, 2025. Defense Diaries. Stacey Eldridge. Budget constraints. Number of hours, so had to prioritize. Worked through what she was paid. Said, this is what I have so far. Do you want more? Yes. We've got to find more money. 3+ weeks went by before they were able to get more funding. Bob, do you think you got money from the fundraiser? Stacy, first payment she got was from the fundraiser. After that, she didn't get paid till after trial. The state still owes her money. Dumbass. Dumbass. All eyes. Yes, that's you. You do realize that I had this a week before you posted this. I had this before you posted this. Thanks to a good friend of mine who was helping me survey Stacey Eldridge's statements on money. This is what your notes look like that came a week later than my friend's notes. What's a pre-planned prop? All right. All right. I'm telling you, my throat is killing me. All right. So who do I have to say thank you to who's in here? Oh, shut up, dog. All right. Hey, Paula. Hey, everyone who's in here. Apologize. My throat's killing me. um, all right. Round two. Let's see. Let's see if I can go get some more water. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, I apologize. I'm going to have to make me some tea. So the water is heating. So if you just give me a moment, in a minute, I'll get the water and make my tea. I'm going to have that. All right. Now, let's see. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. And thank you very much, Rebecca. Hey, you guys, my throat is killing me, but I got something special lined up. So let my water heat up and we'll be good to go. All right. Thank you very much. And thank you, Critter Mama. All right, y'all. I'm going to try to keep pushing forward. Hopefully, I have something to drink in a minute. So, as I mentioned, your Troll Farm 2.0, Mean Girls were doing all of that. Okay. That's what was going on with the Mean Girls. And then more happened. More happened. Let's see if I can handle this. All right, so we're going to go through while my water heats up. We'll quickly jump through this, okay? Right here we have some threats to shoot Rick Snay and Noe. These are threats to shoot Rick Snay and Noe. Read it. It says, man, how stupid do you fucking think I am? I am from the ghetto. I live in the streets. There's only one reason why you go in an alley, fool, and it wasn't going to be pretty for you or the other person. If you both would have jumped me, because you guys would have been laying in the hospital with holes in you. Guarantee that. And I don't fuck around. I get down. I don't get down fighting no more. I just handle my business. You put one finger on me or come at me like you're going to do something, give me the right to put holes in you, period. Both of you fools. So this is Frank Meister admitting that he'd shoot Noe and Rick Snay. Okay. He also says that Noe was posting something somewhere talking about I was there talking to Becky Patty and that there was a hit out on Richard Allen. Oh, yeah. You did say there's a hit out on Richard Allen. Well, that's a fucking lie because I've never talked to Becky about Rick Allen being in Pendleton. Second of all, I'll clear the air on that right now. I know a few people, as a matter of fact, they're in this chat right now, that know inmates down in Wabash Valley, and they were informed that there was a hit on Rick Allen when he was down there. Set the record straight, huh? You're doing child murder, whatever you go, wherever you go, that's gonna happen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ninja Warrior Assassin. Yeah, can you believe though? Can you believe? So he's gonna shoot Noe and Rick Snay. I mean, could you imagine? Look, Noe's already been shot. For those of you who might not know that. And Rick Snay, can we not threaten to shoot Rick Snay? What the fuck is Rick doing? Come on, man. But this is the type of heroes we're dealing with. Becky Patty's official spokesperson. Right? All right. But he's been announcing that there's a hit on Richard Allen. Okay, so if Richard Allen gets dead, should Richard Allen get dead, you know who to go to. He also says, I got connections. Neither one of you fools, all three of you fools can't help that I got connections with the Indiana State Police. I can't help that I got connections with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. I can't help that I got connections with the Delphi Police. I can't help I got connections with the Carroll County, Miami County, Allen County, their court system. Once again, I got connections with the ISP. I got connections with Carroll County Sheriff's Office. I got connections with the Delphi Police Department. Okay, this is the same guy, Becky Patty's official spokesperson, who says he's going to shoot Rick Snay and Noe and that there's a hit on Richard Allen. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Ninja Warrior Assassin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But this is what me, Rick, and Noe get for telling the truth. Listen, you think about this. Okay, look, I do not condone Noe going around and doing taunting, okay? But you think about what Rick, Noe, and I have in common and why we're targeted. Oh, this is Rich. We're going to get to this next, okay? Let me go and get my tea now. I think it's ready. So just please give me a second, and we'll get this together. All right, I am back. Okay, so now where are we? All right, y'all. So all right. All right, y'all. So now I'm gonna move on to some other things here. Remember, like, let me remove this for a second because this is the insanity. All right, this is the insanity. We're just reviewing. We're just reviewing. We're just we're just reviewing the social media posts from the past week. You can't make this shit up at all. You can't. All right. So I had some comments, okay? And trust me, I'm not going to try to beat everyone up, but let's bring this up. Lily Shaw. All right. So Lily Shaw came behind the questions I had about the fundraiser. And Lily Shaw said, this topic is actually causing distrust in Rick Allen's defense team. I donated and trust those attorneys to do right by Rick and Kathy Allen. Surely if Kathy is worried about it, she can reach out to Andrew Baldwin or Rozzy. I don't think this drama and chaos on YouTube can be helpful for her peace of mind. What's really going on here? My brain hurts from it all. Oh, it should, sweetheart. Your brain should hurt from this all. Prof, I can't cope with the hateful nastiness from either side. Going to go away until you sort this out. Peace be with you. Well, Lily Shaw, I hope that you get some peace of mind. And I hope that once we flush out this virus, maybe you come back. But this is a necessary thing that we have to go through. But this is what I chose to put this up for, which is this Alexa. Because this is the interesting thing. So this Alexa comes in and starts immediately gaslighting, okay? He says, or she says, he now thinks Richard Allen is guilty. What the actual fuck? What? What? So I say, please stop gaslighting my comment section. If you continue, I will ban you. The Prof, how is that gaslighting? I'm confused. Do you think Rick Allen is guilty? Then she says, he's gravitated to pro-guilty now and pissed at me for saying something. I may already be blocked. Please show your friends. This is fraud. I have proof. Scumbag faking all this time. And then she says, how can you say by Richard Allen? He isn't the one that did this. And Prof, you agree with this person? If so, people need to step right on out of this case. Oh my God, what a terrible thing to say. Also a terrible thing to like. Wowza. If this money bothers you so much that it makes you not trust Richard Allen, then it's time to close shop. I'm appalled at this comment and the fact that Prof hit the like button. This is disgusting. Money grubbing evil people. And Birdie81 says, girl, we're especially played, blah, blah, blah. And Alexa says, if Prof doesn't believe in his innocence, then take him with you. The more money he makes on this case, the worse it gets. Pretending to be on the side of Richard Allen, less integrity he appears to have. Richard Allen was there on the 13th, but the girls were not. I have that proof. If all of this fighting amongst these creators is all that Prof is going to be offering, then why is he bothering? Completely disappointed. This makes him a troll. Is all that he's looking for is to have shows every night to spread hate and get money? It's his prerogative. I just thought he was in this fight for Raw Ray. Not only his innocence of murdering the girls, but for his civil rights. Have you always followed the Prof and always thought Richard Allen was guilty? Can you please tell Prof not to take our conversation down? I think it's important enough to keep it up and continue this conversation. I just have questions. I've only been in this since right before the trial. I just didn't see anything that proved he was guilty. What tells you both that he's guilty? I'm asking because if I hear what you have, I could think differently. Maybe I'll need to hear it. Can you tell me why you think he's guilty? Do all of his subscribers think the same way? I'm so confused. It's very concerning. I just don't know when he changed his mind. Cuckoo. Listen. There's just too much. Listen, my question is this. Why do we have to believe Richard Allen is guilty? Clip that bitch. I'm sure they will. I mean, I've made it extremely clear that I believe Richard Allen was wrongfully convicted. Isn't that enough for you? Why do I have to believe anything? I mean, you do understand what a belief is. You know what I believe? I believe that Abby and Libby were murdered by a group of people. Now, whether Rick Allen had any involvement in that, knowledge of it, completely innocent of any involvement or knowledge of it, whatever, I don't know. I believe that Rick Allen was chosen to be a fall guy for this because he was there that day and they needed to arrest someone and pin this on someone before the election where they were potentially going to lose control of this entire investigation. And remember, Jeff Pinkert had said if he won the election, he was going to bring in the FBI and turn this case inside out. So I believe it was there was no choice in the situation. They had to maintain control of this. And the way they were going to do it is they were going to get an arrest. And I believe they had a list of people who were there that day. Rick Allen was one of them. They narrowed it down and said, it's going to be him. Now, what else do I believe? Oh, you want to know what else I believe? I believe they planted a bullet in his keepsake chest. Okay? Think of how easy a bullet is to plant. I told someone that the other day. I'm not going to tell you I told, but someone very important. I said, listen, there's a whole lot of shit you can't plant, right? You can't necessarily plant a computer. You can't necessarily plant a coffee pot. You can't necessarily plant a suitcase. But a bullet? You could hide that in the folds of your hands like a magician. And you could just, oh, look, I'm looking for stuff. Oops. Or you could have it in a pocket and just slip it out. I think they found Rick Allen. They went in there. They planted a bullet. Now, does that exclude him from having any knowledge or involvement in the crime? No, it still doesn't, because he still could be involved in the crime or have knowledge of it or in some way and have been set up to take the fall by these crooked cops in order to win the election and maintain control of investigation. I don't know. And anyone who says they know is lying because no one knows. It's all beliefs. But like I'm saying, why do we have to believe anything? You know, my theory is I believe none of this happened at High Bridge. I believe what happened to the girls happened to them at Wilson Bridge. Right? You know my theory. If you don't know my theory, go back and watch old shows. So there's a whole lot of things I can believe. I believe Kelsey German knows more than she says. I believe they were there to possibly meet whoever was in control of the Anthony Shots accounts or one of them. There's a whole lot of shit I believe, but my beliefs are irrelevant to whatever happens on this channel. But it's weird how people, they want to project these different things onto you and demand that you hold certain beliefs. All right. All right. Now, all right. So, what's up? We got here. We got Alex V. What's up, Alex V? What's up, Miss Pie Crust? What's up, Five Green Acres? What's up, y'all? They're coming into the chat. All right. All right. Let's see. We're gonna. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? So, I put up a link for Alex. Alex wants to come say hi, and we got Marie Kelly coming in. What's up, Marie? What's up, Barbara Borman? What's up, Miss Pie Crust? Deb. All right, guys. All right, so I'm gonna take a little break for a minute. All right. I'm working on something here. Just a minute. Oh, I know, Christine. All right, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to manage all this. I can hardly talk. All right, so I guess I'll continue. All right, we got so we're gonna bring us up to date, okay? So what's going on here is you know Kara Weineke? Now guys, everything was fine. Okay? Everything was fine. And I think part of the problem here is it's like it's as if Kara Weineke and Michael Osbrook don't really hold accountability for the influence that they have over others. And it's really a shame. So I'm going to read this momentarily, but oh, look, there we got Alec. We got somebody. We have someone who has come into the backstage. So just a minute. Let me see who's back here.
Oh man, can you?
Hey, who's there?
Oh fuck! This, the stage.
I can't hear
You
shit.
know, we're doing what we do. You can't hear shit. All right, come on.
Am I the only one not hearing? Yo.
Let me see.
Oh no. And we lost him. Let's see.
Testing. Can you hear us
Check,
now?
check.
Check. Can you hear us? Damn, it just blew up, bro.
What happened?
Fuck. I don't think the mic's working. Testing.
Let me see. I'm not hearing. Check.
Check.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. Why am I not hearing? Check. All right, let's try it again. I'm not hearing shit. I don't know. Okay, let's try him again.
Fuck
Hello.
it, bro. Can you hear us? Hello. Two.
Finally, what
2,
happened?
1. You can hear us? You guys
Now.
can hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're messing with old technology, the MK, so shit gets out of hand, bro. But we got
it got MK'd out. Something happened here with the cross signal analog digital conversion or something.
Oh, dude, it's been a wild ride, but yeah, status report, we're up to date, dude. Me and him, we went to LA. What was it, LA like a week ago, and
the
massive
Memorial
party, dude. It was ended up being an abandoned warehouse in the.
It was on the news.
Yeah, homeless died. Dog got killed. Yeah, it was off Nipachino Drive. That's where we were. And then, man, what else happened, dude? A lot of shit has gone down. So basically, as far as true crime, there's going to be a showdown between me, Sage, and what is it? Kurtisov? Yeah, Kurtisov in the fall. And that's about it, And yeah, what about you? What you got going on?
I'm complaining about the MK Fosters over here for the most part.
Yeah, dude. No, a lot of them are in hibernation right now, which
Fuck
is
you.
pretty
Fuck
fucking sad.
you. Fuck you.
You see, there's one.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love those scam. That CRT, dude. It's like my baby, dude. It's so. I can see it's got like curves on it and shit, dude. It's amazing. You
It's
can see
curves
the
and it's curves and pixels. I like it.
Oh my god, watch this. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying not to fuck it up. Wait. Get in there. Yeah. Don't hide. Don't be shy, dude.
Don't hide.
Wait, hold on. I'll be back. You gotta get the meth lighting out of here. Hold on.
You're gonna turn the light.
Yeah, look at that shit.
Kind of lighting
That's
situation we got
7-Eleven
there.
right there. That's how you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, we took something to. Oh yeah, look at that shit, dude. Look at that.
Oh,
It's doing the
man.
scroll thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick, bro. That's part of it. I'll fix that later. I'll fix that in
Is that
post or
where
whatever.
That thing? Did you do that thing?
What thing?
Where you like?
Oh, you focus it?
Oh no,
That's a very MK shirt, by the way,
I know, dude. It's amazing,
according to
but-
the chat and myself.
Yeah, it's so sick, man. Oh, look, he's like flickering, dude. You're like
Oh.
strobe lighting, dude. Fuck it. We'll zoom out, bro.
zoom out. Yeah.
We got a good setup going, dude. It's
A little cheap.
Yeah, it ain't bad. We're photographers now, by the way. So like, yeah, need wedding photos or birthday or anything like that. Mini golf. Yeah, we got it out. But yeah, Prof and me have plans. We're gonna do. We're not gonna say our plans, but we got plans for the summer, and yeah, they don't involve human trafficking bullshit or none of that. So, we got some regular true crime fucking plans. Curtis Huff, the usual conspiracy stuff. Very generic. But yeah, Showdown is with Curtis Huff in the fall. It's gonna be like Batman. It's like. Dude, oh man, dude, we
got some Stevenson's, Evansdale, Kentucky, Chomo, satanic Foster vibes.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I try to leave that stuff out, but it creeps its way back in. That's pretty much like the true crime genre is that's pretty much it right now. But
true crime,
it's gonna be sick, dude. Dude, what's that bottle? Is there a bottle smashing?
Oh, that's me.
It's picking up everything. That's crazy. Dude. It's like a folly room, but. Yeah, dude, we'll do some cool conspiracy streams. I got Curtis Huff's case files ready for that stream. Dude, I'm gonna try. I look like too jaundice on there, dude. How do I get? We need to change the color. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Wait.
You look like jaundice.
Dude, yeah, we got a lot of options here, bro.
Jaundice.
No,
yeah, it's better.
Fuck. I'm like a little plum, dude.
Red, purple, blues.
I don't like that, bro. Fuck that. Change that. Yeah, it's like I feel like a DJ, dude. It's
look at that black and white.
The black and white one? Yeah, let's keep black and white, buddy. Let's see it. No, fuck it. Whatever, dude. But we got time to mess around with all that. But yeah, we had to get this. This is the first time we've tested our setup, and it took months to make on another live. So, this was the place to try it out. And yeah, so Curtis Huff Showdown, that's coming this fall. For you guys want to see some epic battles, dude, like two little MK nerds versus a serial killer, like live in the flesh, dude. It's gonna be an epic event, and we're gonna go hard, dude. It's gonna be so hard. Yeah, Sage is ready. Sage has never done any of that before, but some real serial killer hunting stuff in the flesh, and we're gonna watch a documentary on whale hunting to get us primed up, and like Moby Dick, the good old stuff. And yeah, until then,
Free
Willy, Air Bud,
Bubble Boy,
and you gotta watch some black and white vampire hunter flicks.
Oh yeah, Vampire Hunter D, Christopher Lee,
black and white. Yep.
But dude, the chicks have been going nuts. The non-trafficking world, they're loving it, dude. It's like trafficking's like a seasoning, dude. When you have just the right amount and you don't have to deal with it, then it adds to the danger level. Then it's like
chicken wings.
It's like the chicken wings. Yeah, Wingstop. Oh my god, that shit was sick, dude. But yeah, it's been good. We went to Wingstop today. They had the new Mexican wings.
Mexican street.
Yeah, the Mexican street chicken wings, dude. That shit was so sick, bro. Now we went right after work, dude. We headed over there.
And we ate in Alberto's too.
Dude, yeah, so it was a hot ass day. I was like sweating my ass off, and he's like, dude, we gotta get these new chicken wings that came out. So we went and got the chicken wings.
I wonder if it's actually iguana legs.
It might be, dude, but that would be MK anyways, dude. But dude, man, we're like on a prison phone call. It's like you're like the new Open Secrets right now, dude. This is some open secret shit, dude.
Oh yeah, this is some open secret shit right here.
So I would be Kurt, he'd be Garth, or I could be Garth, you could be Kurtz. But he doesn't know who that is.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's some Mindhunter shit, man. But it's all about that texture. You see like that little grain, it's like sandpaper, dude. Look at that. Whoa, dude, look at that shit, dude. That shit's sick,
it's like
dude.
jigsaw or something.
God. It's like a tumbler or some shit, dude. We brought it back, dude. It's like jigsaw. Yeah, so we're gonna do man, is that a water bottle? That shit's picking up, dude. Pop it. You might as well just pop it. So, dude, yeah, we got some conspiracy streams coming up. It's gonna be sick. We'll try to get Snay on there, and that's gonna be sick, dude. Summer Jam, Sage's gonna be there, dude. He's new to true crime, so he's got to get in in there and test the vibes out. And then Curtis Huff Showdown in the fall. And then that's about it. That might be our limited edition run after that, man. I mean, we're on a hot streak right now, dude.
Look, Muty Silence says if you're looking for an Indiana serial killer, you might as well look into sex workers left in sheds all over Gary, Indiana. Boom.
Oh man, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds about right, dude. I don't know. Indiana, I'm kind of like,
That's a little creepy over there.
oh yeah, I'm not feeling Indiana anymore,
You
dude.
got
I'm
the
more like,
Pacers.
yeah, maybe Hawaii. Hawaii would be kind of cool, or some other. The Pacers are from Indiana.
Mm-hmm. In the
Damn,
finals
bro.
right now.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. But Curtis Huff, dude, that's gonna be a good one, big showdown. And I told him we might get on TRT for that one, dude, because we're getting hyped up, dude. Yeah, we got a workout plan and shit, but no, other than that, dude, we've been crashing parties, because colleges have MK energy.
Events,
You harvest it, that's where they do all the research. So like we harvest it like orbs and shit, walking around, and bring it back to the CRT, plug it in, and that's pretty much it, man. But yeah, we got some good shit going on.
Orbs, roofies, and orbs, roofies, and CRTs. That's all you need.
Chicken wings.
Dude. You gotta get CRT before they're all gone, dude. Like
wings.
shit, look at that.
I
picture,
can't, dude. Do you know this? They give me headaches, man. I've never said that on the air, but they give me headaches, man.
Bit. I'll zoom out or something. Yeah, let's zoom out. Get that texture. Wait. Fuck, it's so fucking sensitive.
There we go.
Bro. Oh, there we go. It did something. Dude, look, it gave me like blush ass red cheeks, dude. Oh my god, bro. Oh, it's beautiful. God damn.
Oh, you got
it's like a filter,
it's
dude.
just us.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah, I'm liking that. I feel it's like at a zoo when they have like a monitor on the little camera,
the chimpanzees.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so
that's pretty badass when it's just the screen, just you alone on the screen. Check it out again.
Yeah.
Oops. What the?
Try it out. Hey guys,
it gets more HD.
We are calling from Carroll County Jail. Please accept our call. Put money on our books, dude. Every time I talk,
send me a Western Union.
No. Yeah, Western Union us. Dude, that shit is sick, dude. Oh my god, dude, look at that texture, dude. God damn, that's fucking beautiful, dude. See, we're fucking artists, dude. That's art right there, dude.
That's art.
We brought it to true crime, dude. Yeah.
Amazing. How is it glitching? What's making the glitch?
I think every time I open my mouth, it fucking glitches, dude. Is there an echo?
If you're prone to seizures, do not watch Alex on the CRT.
Yeah, dude. This shit's sick, dude. Oh man, we're gonna go far with this shit. Yeah. Oh my god, it's beautiful, dude. It's like diamonds. Fuck, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Sage, you got whoa. You got anything you want to report on, Sage, or update the people on?
I love you all. Every single one.
Yeah, we're going far, dude. So we're bringing some artistry to fucking true crime. Yeah, look at that glitch, man. That is. Wait. Don't talk for a second. See what it does.
I haven't been talking for shit.
Okay, see? Every time I talk, it does it. Watch.
Ooh,
wait. All right, now it's out. Dude, this shit's sick, dude. It's like the beginning of skateboard documentaries or something, dude. It's so sick, man.
Hey, it's giving me ideas. I got ideas. Well,
it's like Viva La Bam. I feel like Viva La Bam in the golden era, dude. But yeah, if you guys, check out my channel, you won't be disappointed. And
put it in the chat, somebody. Put the Alex link in the chat, please.
At
somebody.
Weird Alex V. Sage doesn't have a channel for good reason. He will soon.
For good reason.
He'll be on there, dude. But dude, this fucking. I feel like Tim Burton, dude. This is so fucking artistic.
It's burnt out. It's a good looking one though.
Yeah, I love it, man. But
all right, man. Well,
it's good to see you, Prof. You have a good weekend. It's way to
good to see you,
Friday,
Sage.
Man. You have a good
Peace out, guys. I'm gonna go back to complaining about the mean girls. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, it's like a Polaroid pic. It is. It's badass. It's a nice look. I'm thinking 80s music videos. Sage can't internet unsupervised. Not yet. Yeah. All right, everyone, please in the chat say thanks to Alex for coming by, and we'll get his link down in there. You know what? The tea is helping out, though. I got to tell you, it's starting to kick in. All right. Christine says hi and thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Alex. All right. So what I was saying, okay? That was a good time to to transition anyway. Look, I wanted to talk about this post here. And you know, it's I just don't understand people. That's what I was saying. Why won't people leave well enough alone with this case? All right. So let's read this. It says, the court reporter in the Richard Allen case has asked for a second extension of time. She indicated that the transcript is done and is approximately 4,500 pages. That's 18 volumes plus 15 volumes of exhibits. In the old days, we would have called that a 2-box case, 2 banker's boxes. That's a huge record. A second extension is reasonable, although the frustration from the general public is understandable. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why later. But you guys need to really fucking think, because no one's thinking here. Everyone's just being an insane, emotional bastard. Okay? And I'm going to force you to think. Please hit the like. Yeah, please do. And support the channel. Hit the thumbs up. If you're on the replay, leave a comment down below. Hit the Cash App and the Buy Me a Coffee. You can see them scrolling down below. Okay, you can see them scrolling down below. I'm going to force you to think tonight. So let's continue reading. A second extension is reasonable, although given the frustration from the general public the frustration from the general public is understandable. I assume the Court of Appeals will give the court reporter at least 30 more days, if not the full 45 days she's requested. That puts the transcript done in early July. I would anticipate that each side will request and receive at least 90 days each for briefing. Okay, let's stop there. Before anyone gives birth, okay, how many days is she asking for extra? 45? Weineke assumes she'll get 30 more days, okay? So what is everyone fucking upset about? In a 5 to 10 year process, everyone's going to get their panties in a twist over 30 more days? Perspective, people. And she continues. So 6 months from early July. And then when adding the reply briefing time, takes the case to early 2026. The Court of Appeals, if it does not set oral argument on the case, takes on average 3 months to decide a case. So I'd assume we're looking at closer to 6 months, because everything the parties review, the court will need to review as well. That puts us mid-2026 before we receive a decision. Okay, and a hypothetical question. It's not really hypothetical, but how far away is mid-2026 for all of you idiots in the back? 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. The party that loses will seek transfer to the Indiana Supreme Court. If you don't ask for extensions, parties rarely do, that's still 75 days from the Court of Appeals decision for briefing. That puts the case into late 2026, a little more than a year. The Supreme Court, assuming it does not grant transfer and does not set oral argument, is still going to need several weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, to decide on whether to take the case. Richard Allen cannot file his petition for post-conviction relief and get on the state public defender's 2-year wait list until the Supreme Court declines or grants and decides the case. And if he decides to file a petition for writ of cert to the U.S. Supreme Court, the post-conviction petition must wait even longer. What does all this mean? Best case scenario, Allen finishes the direct appeal process in late 2026. Let's stop there. Who in here is an optimist? Who's a pessimist? Best case scenario, Allen finishes the direct appeal process in late 2026. Who's to say that won't be successful? Who's to say a post-conviction investigation and relief will even be necessary? But this pessimist says even if he immediately files a petition for post-conviction relief, his case will not be ripe for review until mid to late 2028. It's not unreasonable for post-conviction investigation to take years to complete before a hearing is held, especially when the case is this complex. I think Michael Osbrook warned it would be at least 5 years before Allen's case would see a post-conviction courtroom. Well, that's even if it does. I think Michael was being generous. But here's the kicker. This is why we cranks push to start the post-conviction investigation early. Memories fade, witnesses die, evidence destroyed or deleted. Meanwhile, the defendant languishes. He's going to languish regardless. Now, remember what we're actually fucking talking about here, because see, what she did with this one post is she started a fire, which is why she's currently going to receive what she's going to receive. Okay? Because what we're talking about here is 30 to 45 days. That's all we're fucking talking about here. 30 to 45 days. Okay? So you're going to Twitter and getting everyone all in an uproar over 30 to 45 days? Yeah. And not only that, you have the nerve to call yourself a crank when you very damn well know the controversy that entails. And of course, more predictable than the sun coming up in the morning or me having to fart when I eat a really good meal and am overly full. Michael Osbrook, habeas corpus. This is why we cranks push to start the post-conviction investigation early. All right? Now, oh, Prof, why are you so mad about that? Let me tell you why. Because nice Prof has left the building. I've been nice this whole time throughout all of this. I'm not being nice anymore. You see, because this motherfucker right here, he's the cause of all of this. All right? He's the cause of all of this. Why? Do you remember right before trial, Michael Osbrook was making the rounds, okay? And what was his talk? What were his talking points? What was he running his mouth about? What was he endlessly, what's the term? Oh, God. He was endlessly ranting on and on and on about what? This is very rare. This is very rare, if I do say so. Ernest Hemingway once said, "There's a very rare opportunity that sometimes arises, and you must take it. You must shoot before the egg hatches, or the egg is likely to crack." The Davis-Hatton procedure. There's this Davis-Hatton procedure, and it's a very rare thing. I'm somewhat of an academic, though, and I have been isolated in a classroom my entire life, and I have no concept of the reality of the real world. And when I do give legal advice, it turns out to be bad legal advice. But we're not going to talk about that anyway. But needless to say, the truth is that there's this very rare, albeit often rarely used procedure entitled the Davis-Hatton procedure, which I've been told once that way back in my glory days, when I was well known in certain circles, that it had been rumored to have used realistically in a process of presenting to the court a very unconventional technique, and that is the Davis-Hatton procedure. And by this method, there is the opportunity, albeit slim, there is this opportunity, as Aristotle would say, if you can't pull the thread out of the mouse's butt in one way, you pull it out the other. And what I would say is there's a slight possibility, an infinitesimal probability that I could free Rick Allen immediately, which is all anyone heard. Yeah, there's an opportunity to free Rick now, before appeals. And every single stupid ass social media obsessed follower who as the cranks heard that shit, and their little liberal insanity bells went off in their brains. Oh, free Rick now, 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 free Rick now. Of course, there was never a possibility, a probability, or any likelihood whatsoever that anyone could ever free Rick now immediately before appeal. It ain't never going to happen. It wasn't ever going to happen. But what did he do? He baited you all. He emotionally manipulated you all into believing that shit. And all of the bleeding heart, free Rick Allen people just fell for it. It's a pipe dream. You sold them a fantasy. And then when he's convicted and then sentenced, all that changed. Oh no, we can't free Rick now. But we need to do a post-conviction investigation. We cranks. Again, we cranks. Michael Osbrook and Carol Weinecke. Michael Osbrook and Carol Weinecke. Oh yeah. Along with those who we tap and ask to sign non-disclosure agreements. See, look at the fourth bullet point. Solicit the assistance of non-experts as necessary. Yeah. We cranks. We pushed to start the post-conviction investigation early. And Carol Weinecke continued. There's no deadline to file for relief, but the defendants should file within 1 year after the direct appeal is over. So we're saying, yes, it's going to be 27, 28, right? To ensure they preserve the opportunity to seek federal habeas relief later in federal court if their state post-conviction proceeding is unsuccessful. The post-conviction relief petition itself cannot be filed while the direct appeal is pending. However, the investigation that often takes place before filing the petition can and often does occur while the direct appeal is pending. There are attorneys who specialize in post-conviction proceedings. Oh, you mean not you? The experts in this area of law work at the state public defender's office. Oh, you mean where your husband and Michael Osbrook work? A few of us were fortunate enough to be trained by those experts and now handle this work either through contract with that office or privately for those who are fortunate enough to have the means to hire private counsel. What might a post-conviction investigation look like in Allen's case, where the direct appeal is still pending? Here are just a few things that could be done. Now, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'll save that for the future. Let's continue. The 20 terabytes of discovery the defense received could be reviewed. Oh yeah, that's what you're all hungry for. Let's be honest here. Witnesses who have either come out since trial or were not interviewed previously could be interfered with. Oh, I mean interviewed. Did anyone ever have BG's height analyzed from the video? If not, that could be done. Well, why does it take this to do it? If you're working for free, right? Eldridge told the defense diaries that there was more she could have testified to, but was not asked. She could be interviewed about that. Perlmutter said the same thing. She could be interviewed as well. It might be nice to see if Reese Davis still had that letter he enclosed from KK. The DNA expert went on so-and-so's show, seemed very interested in looking into DNA evidence. He could be doing that. Once the transcript is done, post-conviction counsel could be reviewing it and making record notes, notes of what was said on each page of the transcript and by who. Usually it takes about an hour of attorney time to get through 50 pages of transcript. That's 90 hours for this case. Would you rather spend that 90 hours while the direct appeal is pending, or wait until after the appeal is over and Richard Allen's waiting on prison on you? Weren't there something like 10,000 tips that came into the hotline? Might be nice to look through those and see if there's anything that could be investigated. There are a few things off the top of my head that I could think of that could be done for the next 18 months while we're waiting on the appeal to be done. Yeah, no shit. But you see, what you're doing is you're stirring the pot. You're stirring the pot because what is it about the word no that you all have such a hard time understanding? You see, because you don't realize that what you're doing is you're setting off a contingent of gang stalkers, harassers, doxers, terrorists. I mean, remember this? Right? And what is this? What is this, yesterday? You see what I mean about setting off an entire contingent of gang stalkers? The story should be told, but I'm going to wait and see what Robin says tomorrow post breakup with Christy. Beyond that, it depends on whether dumbass has a wedding to attend. Oh yeah, who's Robin? Who's Robin, Luke? Who's Christy, Luke? Oh, and what is this? Hey, Kathy, you're here, correct? We want to know what you know. What you don't want Osbrook to know. Is Rick guilty, Kathy? Who else is guilty, Kathy? Seems like there's dissent in the ranks. Oh, but Delphi Cox says, not a chance. No matter how bad the inner circle tries to make him look. If he was guilty when his mind broke he started confessions, we'd have learned about sticks, vertical versus horizontal cuts, redressing. His filters were gone. It'd have all come out. Not a chance. Oh, what is this? You told me on the phone that Michael Osbrook was the problem. He was too active on social media. No, he's too much of a fucking loudmouth on social media. And that Lori was never going to work with him. I did not know if you had the problem with Michael Osbrook or Lori did. No, it was Kathy who did. But it was obvious during the conversation that Michael Osbrook could not be involved. I did not know who Lori was. You did not give me her name. You only described her as a woman who worked with North Carolina Innocence Project. You asked me to email you so you could forward my email address to her. I did. She never sent me anything. I don't believe you were trying to wreck all this or that you secretly side with the state. But from my view, you all did not want Michael Osbrook and I on the case. I respected Kathy Allen's wishes and bowed out. But somehow I'm still being accused of trying to steal millions of dollars. Who's accusing you? I'll wait. Who has accused you of trying to steal millions of dollars? Kind of like Michael Osbrook claiming he wanted the evidence so it can't be destroyed. Like it literally can't be destroyed. By law, evidence can't be destroyed on cases in appeal for certain years after it's final. I don't understand what it is you all want. We want you to all to shut the fuck up. I bowed out so other lawyers could take over. Good, you did the right thing. Now, why don't you tell Michael Osbrook to do the same? I stopped talking about the case or the contract with anyone, except as an outsider looking in. I have no ill will towards anyone, but I have a right to respond to what is being said. Who said anything about you wanting to steal millions of dollars? Those concerned with this case are grateful you took time to answer questions and clear the air regarding what happened. It's just very unfortunate that Christy cannot answer simple questions. Her refusal to elaborate lead many to believe she may in fact be siding with the state. Oh yeah, really? Uh-huh. See, this is what you have caused, Kara Weineke and Michael Osbrook. She told me this long before anyone knew about the contract. She called me and told me that she wanted me to ditch Michael Osbrook and start working with a woman from North Carolina who was at an Innocence Project. She said Kathy Allen would sign the contract if Michael Osbrook wasn't involved. For those in the back, she told me she wanted me to ditch Michael Osbrook. She said Kathy Allen would sign the contract if Michael Osbrook wasn't involved. I declined the offer because I wanted to work with the best. I can count on one hand the number of people who know this case and post-conviction practice as well as Michael Osbrook. If he wasn't part of the team, I wasn't part of the team. I cannot for the life of me understand why these people want Michael Osbrook as far away from this as possible, because Kathy said, And I will go to great lengths to disparage and attempt to discredit and embarrass him because he's an asshole. That's why. Is it clear enough now, Tatiana? I keep feeling like I'm missing something, though, says Tatiana. It feels like more, it's definitely personal, but it's also fucking weird. They're okay with Kara, but not Michael. Or am I finally just losing it? No, you're correct. They're okay with Kara, but not with Michael. You see, why do you make us have to come out and talk in this way when you could have all just stayed shut the fuck up? They probably think Kara can be manipulated, says the insane cunt Delphi Docs. They probably think Kara can be manipulated because she stays polite and classy no matter what. It's hard to put yourself in the mind of a sociopath. Oh, okay, so we're state actors and sociopaths. Okay. Let alone multiple, each with their own agendas that just happen to converge for now. Sure. Okay, so we're sociopaths with our own agendas and also state actors. That's cute. That's rich. All right. I did not fall for anything, says Kara Weinecke. That contract was prepared back in February or March for a very specific reason, and at Kathy Allen's request. Someone shared it with Prof. Ooh. Since then, it has been an endless trashing of me, Michael Osbrook, and the people who have done nothing but call for justice for Rick. Hold on. Hold on. You're twisting shit again. Kara, you're twisting shit, playing victim. It has been an endless trashing of me. Okay, first of all, let's stop with that. Who has trashed you, Kara Weinecke? Who has trashed you? I'm looking for the trashing. Oh, you're getting trashed now. Yeah. But who had trashed you prior to 6/6/25? Michael Osbrook? No, he trashed himself. He trashed himself on Twitter and running his mouth on all the live streams like he did. Yeah. And behind the scenes by going to all of my friends and trying to discredit me and drive a wedge between me and my friends, and they came back and told me everything. Yeah, I think Michael Osbrook trashed himself. Okay. And the people who have done nothing but call for justice for Rick. No. You're talking about the cranks? No, I did not trash the cranks. I asked the fucking cranks to tell the truth about several things. First of all, about that video. I wanted to know who posted the video. Wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know, did you have permission from Andy Baldwin to post the video? Wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know who owns the website, wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know the provenance, a chain of custody of that video, all the way from the extraction up to being posted on the website. Wouldn't tell the truth. I think those people trash themselves. Okay. Then, after not telling the truth, okay, for a month and a half over this, they went out on a social media gang stalking campaign, of which I thoroughly laid out on my channel. They doxed me, they doxed my business, they doxed my state, okay, my income. They doxed Lori in North Carolina. Yeah, that's her name. You know what? I'm doxing her now. Her name's Lori in North Carolina. She's a friend of the Allens. And you know what? They went out and doxed her. And so did Michael Osbrook. And so did you, Kara. When is it okay for two highly reputable attorneys in Indiana to be doxing a fucking civilian who's just trying to help Rick Allen? I had moved on, but the trashing continues. Where? Can you please show the trashing? Whatever this alleged trashing is, can you please show the trashing? Apparently now I was only after millions of dollars from a fundraiser that has never been done. It is getting old and doing nothing to help Rick. You seem pretty touchy about the millions of dollars. I don't recall ever saying anything about millions of dollars and you. Um, That's interesting. You understand, Prof being right is more important than Alan's immediate need, because Prof is the true victim here. He said 100 times. Yes, because I've been threatened, gang stalked, doxxed, harassed, and threatened with death for 2 years since I've stepped on this Delphi case. And you'll never stop. You'll never succeed in discounting the fact that that actually happened to me. Both you and Michael need to send a letter to YouTube Legal for harassment. I know you don't want to, but if you don't, it'll never stop. Kato here, you're a dumbass. But I find it interesting. I find your location interesting, and we will be looking into you, Kate. Here comes the cunt again. Delphi Docs. Oh, dear God's what? Replace Michael Osbrook with a paralegal with parasocial relationship with Rick that tries to win arguments by sharing out of context private messages without permission. We are in crazy world. What even is this place? Both Kathy and Rick apparently suffer from placing trust in everyone's hands until they get burned. Huh? Well, you guys know how to twist. This is the thing I'm learning about all of you, okay? You really like to twist things for your own benefit. You really like to twist things to make yourselves look good and like a victim and smart, and other people's look bad. Okay. But it's funny here because this amazing girl, Holly, here, Holly comes in with a very, 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 very pertinent comment. Okay. Holly comes in and says, the PCI advocate stirred the pot a little too hard. And now Rick Allen is innocent. Loyalists are questioning whether Kathy Allen knew that he was guilty. It really couldn't be any worse. As far as I know, that person up there is the only crank saying that crazy shit. What is happening? Holly says, I wouldn't know, but according to most cranks, I'm a dumbass. But seriously, how didn't people see this coming with all of the attacks on Kathy for not signing the retainer agreement? Oh, good one. There have been numerous attacks on Kathy. Cranks did a live with hella of excited utterance, suggesting that she needed a guardian and ad litem appointed because she wasn't capable of making decisions. I think that's an attack. She isn't a child. And then Holly says again, another amazing one. Amazing comment here, by the way. Amazing comment here. And she truly did hit the nail on the head with this one. Listen to this one. Perhaps I'm confused. Again, this is today, this morning. Perhaps I'm confused. Why did all this start up again? How can anything run its course if it keeps getting rehashed? It's past the point where that agreement would ever be signed, in my opinion. I just don't see the value here. We should be focusing elsewhere. Again, why did all this start up again? How can anything run its course if it keeps getting rehashed? It's past the point that the agreement would ever be signed. I just don't see the value here. We should be focusing elsewhere. And then dumbass says, I don't know. Kara spoke up and Christy showed up. It keeps popping up because it's not resolved. It's unfinished and there's no sign of anything actually getting done. Alarmist, alarmist, alarm, 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 5-alarm fire. I don't think we would see when a PCI by other attorneys begins until they start making filings, which they might not need to do right away. It's not like a trial or direct appeal where the lawyer makes an appearance early. They would for PCR, but not PCI. Absolutely perfect comment. And again comes dumbass with the doxing. This is either Lori or Adrian, and it better not be the fucking last option. And the person who is not Lori or Adrian says, you're a genius. That is why the lawyers hang out with you. What if I was Adrian? What are you going to do about it, bitch? And the gaslighting continues. Yeah, because none of us actually do that, despite what you psychopaths. Remember, the first one was sociopaths, but now this one is saying psychopaths. Despite what you psychopaths keep making up and lying about, and if this is Lori, you sure seem proud to be part of what's going to keep Rick behind bars for another 8+ years. Woo hoo hoo, because you didn't like Michael Osbrook, boo hoo, bitch. There are many paralegals who are more knowledgeable about, on top of cases they handle than the lawyers they serve. With all due respect, Christine baited Richard Allen with the baptism suggestion. Who is working with Christine? Then the YouTubers go on Hella's channel and say Richard Allen is suicidal. He was baited into entertaining the idea. And then personalities try to say he needs to be found incompetent. Disgusting. You literally have no idea what you're talking about. You're mixing everything up, which leads me to believe you're one of those friends we don't like. We don't like Christine. We don't like Erica Morris or Christine, the other Christine. This group of friends all seem to care more about who gets to keep access to Kathy and Rick. All we cared about was getting Rick out. You see what I mean about the gaslighting? Shaboogies. Earth to Shaboogies. You ain't getting Rick out this month. All we cared about was getting Rick out. Yes, we weren't thrilled that Kathy turned down free help. Free help. Free help. Free help. What's preventing you from helping her? No, free. But we weren't mad at her for it. But we are questioning if the people close to her are giving her bad advice. To choose a rando from North Carolina versus a proven professional records of amazing appellate lawyer strikes me as odd. Because you got it all wrong, dumbass. This is not a competition between choosing a paralegal from North Carolina versus Michael Osberg. That was never even a choice. Like, why are you? This is called a straw man argument, okay? Because what you're doing, you're trying to turn this into the fact that this was a choice between a paralegal in North Carolina and Michael Osberg. That was not a choice, okay? That was not a choice. This was a choice between Michael Osberg or no Michael Osberg. Or I should even put it more accurately, according to my understanding. This was a choice between Michael Osberg and a bunch of YouTubers or not Michael Osberg and a bunch of YouTubers. And the better decision was made. And Blue Scout actually comes in with the facts. You don't have a clue what you're talking about, Troll Farm 2.0, Mean Girls. If you did, then you wouldn't respond as you have. And then Dumbass says, okay, Prof, or one of his freaks. Save it for the show tonight. Continuing, since I cannot write a longer post, people can work with whoever they want. It's funny. Any woman can say no in any situation, and we are told to respect that. But if Kathy Allen tells a man no, people should demean her. Double standard, huh? Again, for those in the back who are not that smart, it's funny that any woman can say no in any situation, and we are told to respect that. But if Kathy Allen tells a man no, then people should demean her. What are you even talking about? This has nothing to do with her saying no. It has everything to do with what her friends have then gone on to say about legal professionals who were trying to help for free. But instead, we're met with online harassment, blah, 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 blah. No, you all harassed, and nothing's for free, babe. Did your father teach you nothing? Nothing comes for free. Kind of losing track of the chat here. If Kathy Allen says no to something free, the lawyers need to respect that. If the lawyers are advocating for people on YouTube to harass and pressure Kathy Allen into signing a contract she doesn't want to sign, that's a very, very big deal. Keep yourself in check, my dear. Oh, right. Okay. I see what that is. So see, this is all about a pressure campaign. And boy, they hate this. They hate the fact that I have this in my hands. And let me just say this. There are some concerns about this. For starters, media control. The attorneys reserve the right in this contract to publicly discuss the case and coordinate media coverage without approval. See here in the fourth bullet point, speak and write publicly with due regard for the client's pending direct appeal. Arrange for publicity that post-conviction counsel deem helpful by news or other news media outlets or organizations. Fundraising power. These attorneys would have been able to solicit and manage public donations, including creating and controlling nonprofits that could outlive their representation. In regards to these nonprofits, do you understand that nonprofits often include salaried positions, multiple salaried positions that can eat up a large portion of the funds that are collected by the nonprofit? Another thing is that this contract demanded complete independence from the appellate counsel, with no deference to, no consultation with, and nor discretion of appellate counsel in any of the actions that were taken by the post-conviction investigative attorneys and team. It granted unrestricted information access to all discovery, all investigative work product, both confidential and are privileged and non-privileged, or non-privileged and privileged information. Granted blanket authority to receive all information from from trial and civil attorneys and investigators. It also included clauses for establishing third-party non-disclosure agreements, allowing the use of non-disclosure agreements for anyone involved. And we believe that was going to be Matthew Hoffman, Angela Sedlowski, Luke Nicholas, and others. This could have potentially led to the silencing of witnesses or whistleblowers, the interference with witnesses and whistleblowers, the potential selective steering of information from discovery, from investigators, from witnesses and or whistleblowers. This whole alleging of working for free. Well, this was potentially for free in terms of no fee, but there were strings attached. The client would have lost all control over the narrative, all control over publicity, all control over the funds, all control over the investigative direction, and would have had to subject themselves to future ongoing fundraising efforts presented through a lens or a storyline that the party may or may not have agreed with. There's no specific plan in this retainer agreement for oversight. There's no specific plan for oversight of the investigation. It's completely up to Kara Weinecke and Michael Osbrook, both employees of the state of Indiana. It's a huge thing that all of you need to understand. If they want war, we'll give them war. These are employees of the state of Indiana. Who are the state actors? Let's remove this. Who are the fucking state actors that we're talking about here? Kara Weinecke and Michael Osbrook. Okay? Those are technically your state actors. No independent auditor, no independent fund manager, no independent oversight of the 501c3s. Nothing defined. It included a huge risk of mission creep in which the broad powers could be used for goals beyond what the client originally intended. Now, not only are those some of the negatives, but there are more negatives. When you begin to understand that the people behind this particular document that Mrs. Allen so wisely declined signing, the very people behind this document were also behind the leaked video on the Rick Allen website. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Also behind the gang stalking, harassment, and discrediting campaign that has been rolled out for nearly 3 months now. We're approaching the 3-month mark. That's right. The doxing, harassment, discrediting. Not only that, these same people were behind the fundraiser that is being questioned at this point in time. So how is it? How is it that you have a handful of people who are the people that would have been included in this contract that were behind fundraising, establishing a website, leaking discovery on a website, and now the attempt to grab control of the post-conviction investigation. And then when that was denied, they set off an entire campaign by a group of people to harass the fuck out of the people who were drawing attention to these problems. And that was me. That was Adrian. That was Erica Morse. That was Christine Calderon. And that was Erica's partner, Christine. How is it? Tell me, how is it that a single group of people could be behind so much interference in this case? Hey, let's be clear here. It gets deeper. How many of you recall Mike Thomas? How is it that Mike Thomas was going to be brought into this situation? Mhm. Who did Mike Thomas interact with in years prior that might be connected to this group? And hey, since we're speaking of Mike Thomas, let's ask this question. Why did Sue Wright and Angela Sedlowski sue Carroll County or the sheriff's department? Only to lose. Why is it that the same names keep coming up again and again and again and again and again and again? I think Mrs. Kathy Allen was very, very, very wise not to touch any of you with the 10-foot pole. Now, I want to close because you see, I took a leap of faith back in March. When an entire culture centered around a defense had made it forbidden to question anybody having anything to do with the defense and the knot, the unraveling, the R&M productions, the cranks. I mean, remember, who are the cranks? So what are we even talking about here? Remember? Oops. We cranks. We cranks. We cranks. You were not allowed to question the motivations of these people, the actions of these people. Now, see, many of you didn't know this. I was willing to sacrifice my channel to do it because truth comes first. And I did what I had to do. But it's funny that now, nearly 3 months later, we still don't have the answers to some very basic questions. I'm going to pull up now this is from Rick Snay's live chat. In which I asked some very fucking simple questions that have remained unanswered. And I asked this when Luke Nicholas was sitting his ass up there on the panel, lying, outright lying to Rick Snay, to all of Rick Snay's viewers, to the chat, and the world. Outright lying about me, Adrian, and others. I captured the chat that day. And I'm going to show you a few of the questions that I asked that were completely ignored. Completely ignored questions. Like I said, 3 months later, these questions have still been ignored. Regarding the video, the BG video. At the top here, I say, question. How did it get onto the website? Question. How did it get onto the website? Ignored. Another question. Whose hands did it pass through between Baldwin and, quote, the website? You see where I'm going with this line of questioning? Because these people will tell you that all questions have been answered, when in actuality, no questions have been answered. You've been given pacifying responses. Okay? How did it get onto the website? Whose hands did it pass through between Baldwin and the website? Question. Who attacked who for asking reasonable and pertinent questions? Who attacked who for asking reasonable and pertinent questions? Question at the bottom of the page. Are any questions ever going to be honestly addressed regarding this video's release? Oh, sorry. Are any questions ever going to be honestly addressed regarding this video's release? Question. Who handed it? Who handed it from Baldwin to the next person? Who handed it from Baldwin to the next person? Question. Who passed it to Luke? You see, the longer you refuse to answer the most simple and basic questions, the more alarming it becomes. Mm. Anyway, I think it's really unfortunate. Really, 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 really unfortunate that it would come to this. Anyway, I anticipate that what you'll see is an all out assault coming my direction. I mean, trust me, they never stop. I don't know how many of you have observed the various troll channels and the Twitters and all this, but you may have noticed that they never stop. But at times they slow down. But I anticipate they're going to come all out assault. Because how dare Prof question? But I want you to keep in mind, I've shown you receipts for every single piece of everything I say. What receipts have they shown? And hey, another thing, I gave them all the opportunity to speak for themselves. What do you mean, Prof? I privately messaged and emailed every single one of these people. Some lied, some gaslit, and some gave me silence. But don't say that you didn't have the opportunity to talk to me about it. Um, anyway, I think that's enough for tonight. I kind of feel like putting this one back up there. Perhaps I'm confused. Why did all this start up again? How can anything run its course if it keeps getting rehashed? It's past the point where that agreement would ever be signed. We should be focusing elsewhere. Anyway, that's it. God bless you all. Hey, Diana, it's on you. You guys, peace out. See you later. Thanks for everyone who supported tonight, especially It's a New Day. It's a New Day. Jojo, Muty Silence, Jeff Jones, Rebecca Ann, and Ninja Warrior Assassin. Um, hey, round 7. Do we need to have more, or can we be done? I don't think you want more. Anyway, cheers, guys. We're out of here. I'm going to go take care of my throat now.